These guys thought we're going to be parking a block down, and there was a parking open right outside. When I go to Trader Joe's, I park right outside.
Listen to yourself. You're bragging about this like it's a skill.
Yes,
like
it is a skill. Because if more people thought the way I did, they won't take the first parking, which is like 10 blocks away. They would actually drive right up to the venue, which is what I always do, and know.
So your argument is that you're more highly skilled at parking than anybody else.
No, you create your own luck.
That's your luck.
Your mental processing is, hey, there's a parking because there are too many people that think they have to walk 10 blocks.
Holy moly, welcome to Motherfunkler. Greetings to all our fellow Funklers. Please hit like and subscribe.
Hit it.
Share our link with your friends and family. Send us your reviews, comments, and questions.
Hit it.
Hit it. They are greatly appreciated. I am downtown Trevor Brown. We are at Atomic Barber Company in Hannibal Square, Winter Park, Florida. Hit it.
Hit it.
Here, as always, DJ Blue Raja and Orlando Trivia Nick. The Wizard of Ed and the Intuitive Muse.
Yes.
The Intuitive Muse is actually out of the building just ordering some jam hot chicken.
She was like, you know what I'm in the mood for?
Jam hot.
5 pounds of delicious chicken.
Yes.
That's what she was saying. I'm going to eat 5 pounds of delicious chicken. I think we just talked about that.
There's going to be a day when I come to the office because it's every day I walk in, I say to myself, today is the day I'm going to have jam hot chicken.
You've never tried it?
Had it?
No, I've had it many times. But, now that I've been on this
then what
kind
the
of
fuck
cholesterol.
are you talking about,
My
dude?
cholesterol. No, I've been checking my cholesterol. So it's like I just can't have fried chicken.
Fair enough.
So
especially 5 pounds of it.
I haven't had it for like, I'd say probably over 6 months. Well, let's put it this way. This year. So we're into the ninth month.
The year. I haven't had it this year.
So
sounds like Blue Raja.
I know.
I'm ready. I'm almost ready.
Oh, man.
I'm going to do it.
I almost said something incredibly offensive right there, and I chose
I
not
sit, I don't want to shit on Jam Hot, but I sit at the front desk of the barbershop and look out the big, beautiful door and window at everybody eating it every day. And that's enough for me. Like I'm actually kind of, my observation is interesting. I see some of the tiniest people put down some of the biggest fucking sandwiches that I've ever seen, and I have zero idea how it fits in the goddamn
Didn't I just talk
stomach.
about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed and I were sitting here waiting for the show, and we saw this small Asian man, like probably weighed 125 pounds. I swear to God, the sandwich was bigger than his fucking head.
Yeah.
He's sitting there, and like me and Ed were like, I don't know what he thinks he's gonna do with that. But I don't think it's going in his gullet.
I see some people do the hot thing where they don't know what they've signed up for as far as their heat choice.
Yeah.
And they're reverse blowing or putting their tongue out or drinking water. And
reverse blowing would be sucking. Right?
Well, the whole like where you're cooling your mouth off. And then the worst of it is when you can tell that it hits somebody really hard and they run. They come in the shop. And they're like, can I use your bathroom? And I go, no. No jam hot.
You're on your own,
no
bro.
Jam hot.
There's one right
here,
outside
man.
around the corner, and I bet you it smells like shit.
Oh, I'm sure. They've had to dredge those. They've had to dredge those pipes out multiple times, and I think it kind of goes with the territory. You need to work that into your budget.
Oh my God.
Hey, we want to talk about luck.
Yeah.
I would like to know your guys' definition of luck. I think
my definition of luck is what I think you would assume my definition of luck.
What do you got?
That random chance occurs across every decision and every situation that ever occurs. And a lot of times, true randomness is going to result in many similar outcomes in a row, positive or negative as you view them. So you live life and you're going to get the same parking spot. You're going to get a good parking spot. You're going to fucking win the lottery. You're going to these things are going to happen with random chance, and that our brains find a pattern in these random chance of good streak, bad streak. And then we call it luck. That's me. I don't think there's a universal constant connecting all of us, granting us superhuman strength and power through an ire of luck.
Do you have a definition of luck, PR?
Yeah, it's pretty much along the lines that Nick has mentioned as an intro. Luck is really chance. It's a chance. You know, we see it as being a lottery ticket by definition, and you know, there's a lot to it. And I my sense is that you know, we associate a lot of outcomes as luck, but those outcomes you have specifically gone out and sought that. You've made that luck happen for you.
God.
But my sense is that, just as an intro to what you've said, definition is luck is chance. It's a lottery ticket, right? At the highest level.
You believe, quote unquote, believe in good luck?
No. So I have said to you guys many times that my wife has said to me, and I believe this as well, that I'm the luckiest person. Right. And, you know, I think on an earlier podcast, when I said to Nick that I think, you know, in my business, I'm very lucky. Nick went on about, you know, the fact that I do certain bits of work. So I do think that we associate, I think in order to make yourself lucky, and you know, Gary Player, who's a South African golfer and one of the legends of golf, has said that the harder I practice, the luckier I get. Right. And that's to me,
him telling you that luck doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. So here it is that we associate certain things when they fall in your favor, right, as being miraculous and as being lucky, right? So my sense of luck is that all of us are similar in person, right? We are the same in many ways.
I ain't nothing like you, bro.
However,
we are not similar.
Our perspectives on an issue is very different. I mean, we were just having a conversation in the breezeway, right? As 3 or 4 similar men of varying ages, our takes on the same issue is completely different, right? And that's, to me, is what luck is about. We all look at the same situation, and we all interpret that same situation differently. Now, the way I choose to interpret certain situations will be completely different from the way Nick chooses to, right? And there are, as a result of the way he perceives it and the way I perceive it, there are different outcomes. That outcome
jump in anytime, Trey.
may appear.
Get me out of this.
No, that outcome may appear because
spiral.
I have interpreted it in a certain way. I engineer it in my favor. And then you, who's the third party looking at it, Pragarson is very lucky.
That's a good one.
Right? You would say he is very lucky.
I don't think you're very lucky. I think you're
and then
Cheers.
I would say, no,
Cheers.
I wasn't. I am tenacious. I am persistent.
I agree.
Right? I am tenacious and I am persistent and I am always looking for an outcome that's in my favor.
So I'm not talking about you in particular.
No,
PR.
I'm saying that anyone
I don't want
that's
you
lucky.
to. I'm about to say something. I don't want you to think I'm talking about you in particular, but I'd like to use your point. And I'll my friend, I'll call him
Donald.
AJ, not P. AJ. Okay. Actually, I have a friend named AJ. Let's call him JR. So when you say that you make your own luck and create your own luck, my friend JR is not doing that great in the hair department. Right? Kind of losing his hair. He's got a great life. He's got a wife, 2 kids, both out of college, got a very successful business selling not insurance, but like shoes. And everything, though, is there anything tenacious that you could tell my friend to do to get his hair back?
No. So here's the thing is that...
or is it just bad luck that he lost his hair? Or is losing his hair?
Yeah,
he still has some on top.
So what happens with me, for example, is that things that are not in my favor, I don't see it as bad luck. I see it as being part of the journey I'm on in order to create the luck that I'm looking for. So I am not saying that everything that happens in my life is lucky, okay? But I will say that I am not arrogant enough to believe that things that fall in my favor is purely because of my skill. Things that fall in my favor are purely because I have worked for them. I am saying that things that fall in my favor are because of agency, right? So the friends I surround myself with, the family that I have.
This is chapter 2 of your book, isn't it?
Yeah, no, no books.
Give me the rest of the agency. What are the rest of the prongs?
No
to
books.
Your
I'm
test?
just saying that the reason why we are successful, right, is because we surround ourselves with a lot of successful people.
Well,
and that is family and friends and a whole lot of
so I
things,
agree.
right?
I agree to a certain
But let me
extent.
just give you my chapter, my
It's
full
a long
chapter.
chapter you're going on, but continue.
It's a very simple one. Is that we associate an outcome as lucky, and I'm saying that it's a number of things. One of it is that how you choose to associate or not associate. You create those circles, and a number of those things you engineer. So Nick, you've engineered a number of relationships in your life. And as a result of what you have done, you will create your own luck. Outcomes, I mean. But I, standing outside, not knowing all the things you do. So I'm saying that one is agency. Second, though, is your skill and your experience. It counts for something. You have certain talents and certain experiences that I don't have, that you have. And as a result of that, and then because you have chosen to continue and persist and create
like
that.
You on this monologue.
No.
Just continue to persist.
Yeah. But what happens in there is that you do, things start to fall in your favor. They do fall in your favor.
Dude, this
and then
is...
you say, then people that don't understand the commitment that you've had.
I don't think this is what he's talking about. Yeah. First of all, I can almost guarantee you that Trevor was not giving you the opportunity to give us a 34-paragraph diatribe on the nature of success according to PR. I think what he was asking you is, do you believe in some sort of cosmic belief of luck? Everything you just said, agency, whatever your other fucking finger points were, could have been boiled down to random chance is going to happen. If you work hard and put yourself in enough good positions, you're going to have bad shit happen, but those steps down won't be as good as your steps up. Fair? I just did it in 30 seconds. It took you 9 minutes.
Where I was going was I don't believe in luck. I believe in science. And I do agree with you, PR, but in a smaller instance, there's a quote, Seneca quote that my dad has ingrained into me. Luck is where preparation meets opportunity.
Yep.
Then further that, I've seen it reinterpreted as success is where preparation meets opportunity. But now I'm experimenting with the replacing preparation with systems. Systems is where you forge your own luck. So I can apply the word luck, but I don't see it as the cosmic omniscient being showing grace to me and saying I'm going to make this person less or more or less luckier than the next. I think if you put in the sweat equity and set yourself up with systems, then you are generating your own.
Yeah, you create your
luck.
luck.
Well,
then the word luck is kind of negated.
Don't you think you're both? Yeah. Then what you're both saying is not anything having to do with cosmic luck or like. What you guys are saying is that good shit and bad shit's going to happen regardless of luck, quote unquote. As long as you, though, continue your work, you build your systems, you do what needs to be done along the path, you are prepared to weather the storm of the random bad shit that's going to happen.
Right. So
and then random good shit is happy.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. I'll take that. I'll take that. I agree with that.
Well, shit, I thought this conversation was going on a little bit longer.
I mean, who did you think out of the three of us was going to say that they believe in cosmic luck? He's stated that he had. PR has stated he doesn't
I didn't know.
believe
I mean,
in
I know that you wouldn't, but I didn't know if you had some weird, twisted variation of luck.
I mean, I can go further.
Well, I think that
beyond.
the way I read your note, because I don't do Instagram, but you guys forced me to do it the other day, and so
I mean, it's such an easy way for us to discuss topics. I think it's great.
Yeah. The point that I'm making, though, is that the way in which I read the note is that luck is some sort of has got some sort of science behind it, and I don't believe that luck has any science behind it. I don't believe that you can see particles moving in a certain way, and believe that there's going to be a certain outcome.
I do. Not that you can see particles, but
Well, you can with a microscope.
What's that?
You can with a microscope.
Well, but not like magic. Like I'm not fucking like Rain Man and the shit out of stuff right now. I lost my train of thought. It had to do with part of my exploration in luck, which I don't want to refer necessarily to as luck, is turning fear into a tailwind.
Okay.
So you could take a big old shot, a big old kick to the nuts, and consider that unlucky. But you could also be ready with your systems and or generate new systems in a what? Are you in on this?
Now you're coming in. No,
you could generate.
You're unwittingly coming into my darkness. Right
you can
now.
generate new
like
systems on an unfortunate scenario and say, I'm going to turn this shit show into quote unquote luck, and I'm gonna use it as a tailwind to force myself into some pretty amazing spaces.
So luck can be. I think the word that you're saying, like, oh, I didn't get cancer. I'm very lucky. Oh, my fucking hair didn't fall out. I'm lucky. I have good genes. I can eat what I want and not really be too fat. I'm lucky. I have a wife and kids. I'm lucky. What you're doing really is you are finding positives and rationalizing the existence through the rest of the negative shit. You're saying, oh, I got lucky. I need to find a way to view this in a positive light because of how dark and bleak the fucking opposite is. So what I'm saying is that people's idea of this cosmic thing of luck is just yet another coping mechanism with the fucking misery of our existence.
Okay.
Like, that's what I'd say. Because if you really take a step back and look at it rationally, again, all it is random happenstance. It's not like somebody goes, I guess some people probably do go, oh, that's the way the ball bounces, or that's the way the cookie crumbles. You get fucked out of, some jerk off. When I'm driving, it feels like the Truman Show. I'm driving and like 6 people get in front of me and go fucking 10 miles per hour, slower than the speed limit. And I'm not sitting there going, oh, I'm so fucking unlucky. I'm like, oh yeah, this is, there's all these people out here. This is the fucking bullshit that's going to happen. Now, the one time I do have a straight shot home with no traffic lights, I'm not sitting there going, oh, thanks Yahweh for the fucking extra lucky experience. I'm thinking, wow, this is a much better alternative to the totally negative experience that my drive usually is. So that would be, I guess, my more meta definition.
So how do you rationalize then? I always get a parking right outside the restaurant I'm going to.
So I think scientifically, I think there's an explanation for this, and I think you can look this up in your classes.
I like it.
I read something recently that was very interesting.
But are you aware about me and the parking?
Yeah.
You know that, right? And
we've had an experience where I shit on your ability to have front row parking.
Yeah.
And you got front row parking.
And then when we went...
I have a friend named Gillespie, and he's fucking... it makes me want to puke, but every time I'm in the fucking car, anytime we're going somewhere, that motherfucker... just every time, right in the front.
Yeah.
Right. So we went to the Imperial the other day on Park Avenue, and you cannot get parking at 5:45 on Park Avenue anywhere, right? We going to the Imperial to an opening. We got the parking, and Amanda and the wizard were with me, and Amanda burst out laughing because she's obviously heard that story before.
But look at you smiling and so happy. You're getting a fucking thrill out of this right now.
No, because
because you think you're lucky when it comes to parking.
No, I don't. I know.
Then what do you think it is?
It's not luck.
Why is it bringing you so much joy?
Because I have this mental attitude that I will always park right at the entrance. That's how I go.
And you think your mental attitude has anything to do with the other people parked in cars in front of the Imperial?
So I'm just saying that's the way I go in. So when I drove down Park Avenue, we parked.
That also doesn't explain why you're so fucking happy right now telling us about this story.
But my story goes that we missed there may have been a few others. These guys thought we're going to be parking a block down, and there was a parking open right outside. When I go to Trader Joe's, I park right outside. Because
Listen to
everybody
yourself. You're bragging about this like it's a skill.
Yes,
like
it is a skill. Because if more people thought the way I did, they won't take the first parking, which is like 10 blocks away. They would actually drive right up to the venue, which is what I always do, and know.
So your argument is that you're more highly skilled at parking than anybody else.
No, you create your own luck.
That's your luck.
Your mental processing is, hey, there's a parking because there are too many people that think they have to walk 10 blocks, like Trevor did.
God,
so him and I, we both went to the same event about 3 years ago.
How many times did you hear the story? I heard it from many like men when you're younger and you're talking about trying to like date women or whatever. And the story about the fucking super hot like 9 or 10 who some ugly short bald motherfucker goes up and talks to him, and the girl goes, "Oh, thank you. Nobody's hit on me all night."
I think
that's what this fucking reminds me of. That is a big pile of fucking garbage. Okay, there are a lot of people driving by those spots. Not everybody goes, "Oh, I'm going to park in the back of Trader Joe's," because it's the same as the hot chick. That 9 or 10 is getting hit on. She's not standing there wanting male attention. The fucking great parking spot is not sitting there empty because everybody's scared to drive in front of Trader Joe's. You're sitting there taking pride in something because you think you have some mystical fucking luck that gives you the great parking spot. You know
how many times I have been sitting as a passenger? I don't do this very often, but every now and then I sit with somebody and they take me to a venue and they park 10 blocks away. And I'm like, why are you doing that? It's like, no, because the parking is taken, right? And so Trevor did that about 3 years ago. He said he's not going to take his car.
He is clearly way higher skilled at parking cars than you are, is what I'm hearing.
No,
that's what you just said.
I'm not saying that. So we are talking about the idea of luck, right? And I'm saying that luck is what we all perceive a similar situation in a different way. We all create our own luck. So I'm saying that when I choose to find the parking, I'm going to make my luck. He, on the other hand, chose to walk those 5 blocks from here.
You're just a dummy.
That's all that happened.
Trevor. Like you got to.
I chose to walk
PR
because
method.
If there wasn't parking, I could be healthier and just have my car at my business.
See, he's creating his own luck.
And just walk my ass over there and not even have to dick around with parking.
Creating his own luck, PR.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's fine. You created your luck.
And then when I walked up, I saw PR's car right in the front spot, and he had a big shit-eating grin on, and
because he
created his own luck.
But
So I read recently another idea on luck that had something to do. Have you guys ever heard of the double slit experiment?
Yes.
Do you know about the double slit experiment?
No, please.
So
you shine light.
Easy explained. Particles are shot at a slit, at 2 slits, and if a person observes this, it creates. You have one of 2 options on where the particles land on the other side. If a person does not observe it, it creates a waveform. And both options are available.
So to be more clear, light is nobody can explain this yet, but if you do a double slit, if you're observing light, it comes in as a wave. If you're not observing light, it comes in as not a wave, but I can't remember. But it's like Schrodinger or the cat, Schrodinger's cat. So it has to do with entanglement theory, which is that there's something that they can't explain, that if people are looking, it changes the outcome.
The observation changes the outcome.
Correct.
of what's happening.
Right.
Which makes no sense. Like, who the fuck is watching to make sure that if you're watching, it makes it go a certain way?
Well, I have something to back this up. I'm trying to remember the name of the machines. There are machines around the world that randomly generate binary code, and there have been odd spikes in that binary that beg to differ that it's not random. So the example is they're constantly generating binary. 1 zeros, 1 zeros at random. It's like flipping a penny. And pre 9/11, the machines spiked in a odd direction.
I'm familiar with this. Have you researched this
No.
before you're talking about it?
But I do believe that you can generate, or a group of people can generate scientifically, it's not some magic guy in the clouds that's blessing us with his lucky presence, but I do think enough people sitting there can collectively manifest different outcomes, whether they're positive or negative.
So you really should read that new the Dan Brown we were joking about last week.
Okay.
Because that's like the cornerstone of this. First of all, what you're talking about with the binary code machines has been debunked as a cosmic ray.
Thanks for shitting
that.
on my positivity.
But I'm shitting on that particular example, but there are some weird shit that you can't fucking explain. Like the light, and then another one is entanglement theory is fucking wild.
It is wild.
So you can take two atoms that are positively and negatively matched. You can separate them like the entire length of the planet. According to Einstein, nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, right? Nothing. No information can travel faster than the speed of light. It's a bedrock. It's a fucking law. And if you change the ones that used to be connected, they could be across the planet. If you change this one for positive and negative, the other one switches immediately, which means faster than light travel of information. That shit is fucking wild to me, because that means there's other shit going on that nobody can possibly fucking explain, which I do find wild. What are you guys pointing at? Am I doing something wrong?
No.
Okay. So they talk about that in the book as well. Like, this book is entertaining. As we discussed, I'm not by any means saying the shit that's in that book is in any way real, but it's a fun riff on these real ideas. Like, he uses the double slit in that book. And he talks about entanglement theory, which I do think is fucking wild, and I can't think for the life of me what the explanation could be.
I think that there's a possibility that you can generate a parking space, and it's not luck, it's science. I do. I don't really know how to explain it, but I do.
What about all the other people who want that parking space? Is he just wanting it more?
Well, I think that there's potentially, or if somebody else wants that parking space so bad, it actually pushes it away.
I'll tell you something. Nobody wants to win the lottery more than me. I can assure you.
Nobody wants
it to win the lottery more than I do. I sit there. I want it. I view a whole life where I don't have to fucking play by anybody's rules. I don't ever win the lottery. I don't think it has anything to do with some magical fucking vibrations.
You're pushing it away.
My brain.
You want,
oh yeah,
you want it so bad.
Oh, so you have to want it a certain amount, and PR's got that figured to a science when it comes to parking spaces.
Potentially, because he's so relaxed and happy, he might be tuned in, man.
I used to think, like, I really did spend a lot of my life thinking this shit, thinking like that I was better off, that all this, like, when something terrible in my life took place, and I look back, I'm like, I'm fucking way better off. I've had bad scenarios like that. And I'm like, this is total bullshit. This is me rationalizing some fucking terrible thing that happened and me persevering and succeeding through it. My life would probably have been better if that fucking terrible thing would not have happened.
So I rationalize a lot of the stuff as well. Luck and some things that I consider to be things that didn't fall in my favor. And when I look back on it 10 years later, I actually am grateful, because that actually was a lucky break.
But so that's you just rationalizing terrible shit.
But with the benefit of hindsight, those things fell in your favor. For example, a relationship that you were in that ended badly, right? And you say to yourself, if that relationship didn't end badly, okay, I wouldn't be in reality in the relationship you're in at the moment, and presented with all the opportunities that you are. So I look at the way where my life is now, right? And I have sleepless nights about the fact that I don't see family. I'm 15 hours away. there's a number of things that actually say, why the hell am I in the situation that I'm in, right? And I could look at that as being, a great misfortune that I'm in the situation I'm in. And I can also look at it that there's so many people that I know that have said they are trying desperately to do the journey that I'm on, that I have done, and they haven't been successful, right? So I can look at it, and then I think to myself, hang on, there's a number of things that I've put into place for 20 or 30 years. Systems. I've traveled extensively for work. I'm very comfortable traveling. I've been able to put myself into situations for months on end, being in a foreign country and being very comfortable in those areas. Speaking with a funny accent, saying things like vitamins when I should say vitamins. And basil when I should say basil. And I've been very comfortable with people like Nick for 30, 40 years. And so here I am now and find myself in the situation, and I'm saying, and others are saying, you are very lucky. You are so lucky. And I'm thinking, yes, but it's a series of different steps that one has taken.
What the fuck does traveling and all the shit you just said have anything to do with that point?
With
quantum
luck.
entanglement.
With luck. An outcome.
Jesus Christ. Are you listening to this?
There are people that are there are millions, there are hundreds and thousands or millions of people that are trying to get an outcome which I have, which was very easy for me. That's what I'm saying.
So there's a bunch of people. So okay,
so I emigrated. I emigrated in 2018, right? And I thought about emigrating in December of 2017. That's how quick it was, right? This was not some sort of...
And you think that everybody who thinks about immigrating to America doesn't want it so bad that the fucking cosmic rays would allow them to do it?
I'm saying that...
But you're special?
I am saying that it is not...
Tell me. Let's... You know what? That was a bad fucking door that you just opened. Let's go ahead and talk about that one in particular, because parking spots, you could fucking argue to me all day long. This is my fucking brain saying yes. I'm going to go check it out. Let's talk about you immigrating. Do you think that everybody who applies for immigration doesn't have the fucking deep down desire that you had to fucking become an American citizen? Do you think that they didn't set up enough systems and set up enough protocol to fucking make it happen for them?
Look, what I'm saying is that in order for you to be able to achieve a certain outcome, I'm giving you immigration, not just to the U.S., different people that I talk to.
So tell me,
want to go to different places.
I want to know your system
right?
for outcomes.
So yeah,
that you created to be able to immigrate, because that was your example.
Yeah.
So tell me your system. Tell me your thoughts that gave you the advantage over all the other millions of people that are applying for immigration rights.
So
that you got it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's a few things.
Can't wait.
Right. One is you need to be very financially independent.
Very financially independent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So you need to have made a good amount of money.
Got it.
One. Two is you need to have studied and excelled at something, which my wife and I both have.
Okay.
Right. Three is you need to have achieved in your chosen area of your profession. Right.
Okay.
So if you
what was yours, by the way? Was it insurance sales?
No, it was. I've never done insurance.
So you're espousing these beliefs. Yeah, you're not even living.
No, I'm saying that. Yeah, but the journey you're on, right? So I've been in financial services for 25 years, right? Insurance is an aspect, but I've been in asset management for 20 years. Okay, so you end up you're on a journey. You're on a journey doing a number of things. You do it to the best of your ability, and you accumulate all the things you have. So, the living in a certain country, being familiar with the country, assimilating. Both my boys were here playing golf, and all of a sudden, we were very good friends with the owner of the golf academy, right? Him and I had a similar background, but it's the kind of community and the agency and the friends you surround yourself with. And he said to me, you know what? I think you should come and run the academy with me, right? And that's the agency that I'm talking about. So it's not just about the fact that I had a bank balance, not just about the fact that I had an MBA, not just the fact that I had been in financial service for 20 years, but it also was the fact that I knew somebody who identified with me and said, come and run the academy with me, right? And so I came over. Not only did I come over, I assimilated very easily. Okay? So I was in this Howie in the Hills.
I mean, if the way you say croissant doesn't mean assimilation, I don't know what does.
Exactly. So here I was. I then assimilated. I made a lot of friends. People liked me. I got on well with everyone, right? I wasn't like an outlier in this,
I agree.
What would be considered a very conservative, Lake County community. And
Lake County? You moved to Lake County?
Yeah, Howie in the Hills. That's where I started, right? Oof. And, and then I look at it, now I'm into my 8th year of being here, right? You think, you look back and you say, oh my gosh, how did you do that? And it's like, you're very lucky. It's like, no. There's a number of things, there's a long path
to then your ass.
Creating your luck.
Busted your ass.
Yes, there was a number of things that fell in my favor.
I'm not saying you didn't bust your ass. What I'm saying is that there is a shitload of people who also bust their ass that aren't there.
I get that, and I
there are a lot of people who looked for that spot and didn't get that spot.
I'm not arguing for them. I am saying that the journey that I'm on, I am very purposeful in my journey, like the way you are, very purposeful.
I'm not purposeful.
And as a result of that,
I'm just trying to fucking survive, man. I'm just trying to hang out and party, get another drink.
Yeah, but you say that, but every time we chat about certain meetings you go to, you're very purposeful in those in engineering, making sure that it's set up for your success. And I'm the same. Let's not say that we go into situations completely blind. We go into situations knowing that we want a certain outcome.
Let's jump out of that for a second. Trevor, what are you trying to connect to this? What ideal, like what practically, I'd say, I guess.
I just wanted to hear you guys argue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that luck is the term, the idea is very, I don't know, not abstract, but just not. It's just, like, oh, I'm a lucky dog. Like, it's not a very...
People perceive it as being... People perceive luck with envy, right? They perceive...
you're so lucky.
You so lucky. You fucking bastard.
That's fucking faux. I think when they say something like that, when I say something like, oh, you're so lucky, that's me conveying to you my appreciation for your good fortune.
Yeah, but you may be saying that, but what I'm saying is that when people talk to you about your journey and say that your business is successful,
anybody walks up to me and says I want to talk to you about your journey, I fucking immediately turn around and leave because that's not somebody I want to fucking talk to anyway.
Is when people say that your business is successful because you're lucky, right? They saying it because they envious.
I think it's kind of
have you had somebody come up to you and say you're lucky that you built this barbershop?
Yeah, and that's
how many barbers
the nature
are
of the business that I'm in.
Where I'm going with this is if and when somebody has done that, in my mind, I'm like, hey, thank you. But in my mind, I'm like, you have no fucking clue how hard I've worked for this.
You made the luck.
Like you have.
See, I don't.
You have no idea how many times I have set different multitudes of systems up that have absolutely miserably failed to figure out the one system that does work that has nothing to fucking do with luck.
So the only way I could relate to that idea, because maybe it's the industry I'm in and nobody's lucky if they're a lawyer. Like that means you made incorrect life choices. You made life choices that bring you a lucrative job where you can make a difference, but it is not by any means what people would call lucky. The only thing I could get to is like in my heyday of hosting trivia, I do remember like being able to, while at a trivia show, easily, pick up chicks that were out of my ability to pick up chicks. And I remember people saying things like, oh, you're lucky. And I was like, in my head, I was like, actually, I'm the opposite of that. Like, trivia created this opportunity. It has nothing to do with me being lucky and being able to talk to chicks. It has to do with fucking a system, I guess, as you said.
Yeah.
Which is having a trivia show. And once you have the ability to be on the microphone and talk to these people, you can meet them. I wish Linda was here right now because I met her at a trivia show. There is no fucking way Linda would have given me the time of day if it wasn't Trivia Nick leading the way. Like, there's no fucking way. But that was a system, I guess, by your argument, Trevor, that I created to give me opportunity. At the same time, though, that is just random chance opportunity. That is not some sort of fucking philosophical idea.
Well, that's the quote.
That's what you're saying. It's not what fucking PR is saying.
Preparation meets opportunity.
PR is saying that he thought about it so hard that the U.S. Immigration Service allowed him into our country faster than other people. That's what he's saying.
No,
I'm not saying that.
He's
I'm not saying that.
There's a lot of puzzle pieces that fit together to a observer magically, but there's a lot of work behind each of those puzzle pieces, and then it clicked and worked, and a ignorant hillbilly would say, "You're such a lucky guy."
Fair. And I agree with that. And I would like you to both to know.
You were
I
saying
would never,
hillbilly Nick. You mean?
I've never been called a hillbilly.
Well, today you have been.
Yeah. Even compared to you, PR, I am not a hillbilly. But I can tell you, I would never talk like I'm in no way undercutting the amount of work that you did, PR, in trying to get in, or the amount of work you put in trying to get that parking spot. Like, I know that sounds like a joke. It's not, though. I do think the three of us fucking work really, really hard at what we get. I'm just saying we are all under the thumb of random chance at all times. And to think that we're getting a positive look from the universe or luck because we're really focused on it, I think is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a really good example, but when I say I do believe in PR in the parking spot, I think that there are enough realistic, concrete circumstances that our body and mind can tune into that we would then associate with luck, but it is scientifically measurable. Like, down to the point of not knowing that you can feel the air shift, but you can feel certain things shift that then as you tune into, or not even tune into, but let go of and say, I'm going to let my human barometer take the wheel, that then luck happens, but it's not fucking luck. It's science.
I mean, I would just argue at that point that your brain is subconsciously able to, like, Trevor, you and I have definitely talked about this. You know the point, well, back, like, when you used to party.
Yeah.
When we were at a bar or something, I know we've discussed this, but you can feel when it's fucking time to go.
Yeah.
When, like, something's going on and you're like, this place is about to be bad news.
That's exactly a good example of what, like, when conversations start to turn, but you could sit there and analyze it, but you can also just be like, I know it's time to go.
I think that's my brain knowing it without me consciously knowing.
Yes. So, but that's the luck that I'm talking. It's not
okay.
It's not luck.
Fair enough.
It's measurable by reading circumstances.
Yeah, but it's also
and you can
experience.
also you can do this by you can just trust your intuition and your natural ability to do it, or you can break it down and analyze it and measure it.
But that's years and years of you having been in those situations. So you're actually not in that situation for the first time. You've been out in different situations. You can read a room because you've been in those rooms thousands of times.
But that's just an example of it's not me sitting there reading. Like, it's not me sitting there going, oh, this guy looks like trouble. Oh, this woman. This is me sitting in what would otherwise seem to be a completely normal room. And all of a sudden I'm like, my dad used to have it also subconsciously through football. This is just another example. My dad could sit there and be watching a fucking play. Same play I'm watching, he'd be interception. and he doesn't know. He never played football, American football. He didn't know much about it, except he watched a lot of it, and he used to be able to call that shit because something in the deep recesses of his brain have seen so many circumstances of whatever it is that is inarticulate in the moment, and that is the outcome that's coming. That's what I think happened to me and you, Trevor, where we could sit there and we've picked up on these things that we're not even knowing we're picking up on, where we're like, oh shit, the red flag's there. It's fucking time to go. So I would argue that has nothing to do with luck. I think
that's what I'm saying. The word luck is associated with so many magical, mystical things that I don't really buy into our cultural identification of what those four letters, placed next to each other means. Yeah. But I do think that there is some variation of it, but I don't think it's magic. I think it's measurable through our body.
I agree. Rock and
fucking
roll.
A. Let's do some mother-looking funkler.
So, PR, why don't you get us started, man? I monopolized the last one. Give me some nuggets, bro.
All right. So
drop some nuggets on me.
One of our good friends of the show, he had a soft opening last week, the Winter Park Distilling Company. Paul Twyford, and he invited us to come over, and the Intuitive Muse, our super producer, was there, and I was there. I can't comment with any level of authority on the cocktails. You want to say something about the cocktails?
What was the name of that cranberry-ish cocktail that we had? It was like a sort of punch, which was good. It had vodka in it, and I had a pour of the Special Reserve bourbon that he makes, which is excellent.
I've had
very
that.
High proof.
I mean, we talked about that when we did our live show.
Holy
there.
shit!
I had it's super high proof. The old fashioned with the Special Reserve was delicious, but it is super high proof.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
So it's always great to support one of our friends. We do it regularly. I think I'm there every week. I'll be there again this week on Tuesday to try their ceviche for lunch. So did I say it right? No?
No.
Okay.
You didn't say it right.
All right. I got to work on my
I feel like you knew you didn't say it right. So I do have to say something about that. I love Paul. I would have gone. I didn't know about it. And to be completely fair, the Intuitive Muse posted it to our text thread with enough time that I could have gone, and I literally just missed it. So I apologize to Paul. Great. I love him. I love everything they do there.
It was a great evening. But anyways, so that was one of the evenings. But on Friday, I decided I had a couple of things to do. One of the things I did was I went to a place called the Sweat House. It's a new place in College Park. No,
strip club?
No. It was not a strip club. It is a infrared. It's a new place. They do infrared sauna. It's new. It's a week old. It is absolutely exceptional. It is just the most amazing.
You infrared sauna?
I had an infrared. So they have a suite. So you go in.
But
you have your own suite.
How many minutes did you do?
So I did the infrared sauna. I set the They set the temperature at 140.
Yeah.
And then I slowly pushed it up to 150.
Yeah.
And I was in there for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you do in your suite. There's a cold plunge as well.
Oh wow!
And that to me was just.
So this is College Park. Where in College Park?
Contrast therapy.
Contrast therapy. That's what they call it. Yeah. And it's opposite the cannery. They say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's isn't that kind of packing district
that's
more than
packing
college?
District.
Yeah,
that's exactly the packing district.
So your balls go from about knee level to about belly button level, and then they go back to
and then they go back down.
It is such an
deep swoop.
If you are looking for a completely relaxing, therapeutic, but being on your own, where you don't have a masseuse or anything, you got your own room. The products are amazing. It's the towels, the room. You can pick your own music. It's just an incredible.
So just
experience.
music, no TV?
No, there's a TV screen as well. It's outstanding, and it's brand new, so it's
super clean.
It's it's what you want, and they have a for Nick a vitamin C shower as well. So I would say vitamin C.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have no idea what that is, but there's like a syringe kind of stuck into the shower, and it's supposed to like reinvigorate you. Special water that reinvigorates you. If you
what was the price point on this experience?
It was very inexpensive.
Nice.
They starting up. So
$15?
No, it was no, it was a bit more than that. But yeah, I mean, deals.
his idea of inexpensive is different than ours.
No, yeah. So it was a great afternoon, an hour session in total for me.
Nice.
So that was the Sweat House in College Park. If you live in the area, try it out. Then on Friday night, I went to Judson's.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What a great space.
So it was my first time at Judson's.
Did you like it?
Absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah. What'd you see?
So I watched a guy called Justin Lee, a South African guy.
Oh.
He's 18 years old. He was just incredible. He lives in LA now. His dad played the guitar. He was a singer and played the piano, and his sister played the drums. And then he had another guy from LA playing the bass guitar. It was an hour's show. So the two shows at Judson's, one at 7, one at 9. So we went to the 7 o'clock show. And we also had something to eat. And, there's what I like about
Did you have some of the drinks at Judson's?
Yeah.
Was it good?
We had, yeah. So the venue, I got the table for two. This was my wife and I. We sat right up front. But those are the table for twos. Yeah. I'm trying to be romantic because we had the romantic thing. And I was like, I'm never romantic, so let me do something.
Yeah.
But no, it was we sat, and then but and I really enjoyed sitting right up front. The wizard said to me, "Don't sit right up front because you end up looking up." But actually, if you're going with your wife, you really do want to sit at a table for two rather than a table for four. And then we had the food that was there. The small plates are really good. We had a few drinks. Great evening, man.
Nice.
So yeah,
dude,
fantastic,
awesome, man.
Yeah,
good recommendation. So you good?
Yeah.
I got a couple. I mean, do you have it?
No.
Yeah. So I got just a couple quick ones. First of all, I went to Turkey College Park. It was magical dining. I did not do that because I don't do magical dining, but I got my favorites off the menu, and it was fucking awesome. That place is great.
Their pasta is they're homemade, but
they
it's
have
like
the
genuine
room.
Italian stuff.
Yeah, they
right?
have their fucking old grandma who's like really pissed to be there, sitting there, and they show you when you order pasta, they make it. She makes it and fucking hands it over to be boiled.
Is Turkey Sicilian? Do you know where they come from?
I don't. I don't know.
Being Italian, you should know the.
Like you say this shit like it fucking matters. I've told you I am Italian. Yes, if you go back in my genealogy, but honestly,
most Italians
my
know.
My grandfather came here when he was fucking 12. I'm American. I'm Southern American more than anything else.
But you Italian.
I have perfect non-regional diction. Listen to this accent. There is no accent.
But I've met many Italians, and you would be one of them. But most of them would know. Italy is a big country, and so when you say you from Sicily, you would say that. I know you from Sicily.
My family is from. I'm from Winter Park. Okay, I was born in Winter Park Hospital. I'm an American. I'm not an Italian. My family hails from Sicily generations ago. I guess.
No, not really. They came in 1940 or something like that.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
damn, good
that's
memory.
Generations ago. That's just the other day.
That's 85 years ago. I know to you and your age, that's like yesterday, but to most of us, 85 years is a long
There's a
fucking
subtle
time.
difference. Yeah, I would say that Sicily, it's the South. I love the South.
Well, what I'm telling you is, I am not saying that it's great Italian.
Where's Tucci's from? I would check that out.
I'm saying I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm an Italian guy, so go eat this Italian because it's so good. I'm saying go eat it because it's really good.
I would trust it because you don't know that you actually have an Italian palate.
Dude, I don't. really have an Italian palate. What I can tell you, you can trust me on is fried chicken. I can tell you fucking fried chicken where there's good fried chicken.
So that's an American.
That is American South. I can tell you good fried chicken from a fucking mile away. And in fact, I can go a step further and you tell me which kind of fried chicken you like, and I'll tell you the best place. So Maryland fried chicken, if you like homemade, like your grandma made it, where it's not crispy, but it's fried chicken, Maryland fried chicken on Colonial is fucking phenomenal. I'll tell you that. If you like it super duper crispy, I'm saying this fucking place.
What about Popeyes?
I love Popeyes, to be honest.
I thought that's super crispy.
What's the place on South Orange?
Which
Close to Belle Isle. Cash only.
Ooh, I don't know.
It was great.
Yeah?
Cash only, yeah.
Fucking love it. I love the whole idea.
I'll have to look it up. It's been a while since I've been out that way, but yeah, really great fried chicken, cash only.
You tell me a good place, a good fried chicken place, I will go get it.
What about Dave's Hot, whatever it's called, Dave's Hot Chicken?
Isn't Dave's Hot a sauce?
No, I thought it's like a jam hot. It's like
No, I haven't been.
Dave's Hot Chicken. I'm told. I don't know. I don't eat fried chicken.
I think I've heard. I think I read a story. I think it's a chain, and I think I read the financials on it for some reason recently. But
it is. It's like a it's not definitely not jam hot. It's definitely got a few.
Dude, I'll tell you,
franchises.
So this is total tangent during Funkler Nuggets. I know, but the Harry Buffalo's downtown that's now long gone. They used to do their fried chicken in a fucking pressure cooker, old school style, and they used to. It was phenomenal, phenomenal.
So what? How do you mean? You cook it first.
So there's different ways to do it. So I do know KFC does pressure. I don't know about Popeyes, but what you do is instead of just frying it, you do this high pressure fry, and they did it at Harry Buffalo. No, not Harry Buffalo. What was it called?
Harry Bison?
Harry Bison, maybe?
I think it was Harry Buffalo.
Is it? Whatever. The place.
Hangry Bison is over here. Harry Buffalo was
Harry
downtown.
Buffalo. Yes. The one that was on the corner of Church and Garland. That place used to have excellent fried chicken. It's gone now, but that place, I fucking would go there. It was empty. It smelled like shit, but the fucking chicken was
So
good.
now you know why your cholesterol was at 750.
No, it was life choices.
Connoisseur.
It was life choices. And by the way, that only started when I needed the gray area to be able to accommodate the decay of my body. So as I get older, your body is falling apart. Until I was in my mid-30s, I was fucking bulletproof, PR. I didn't have hangovers. I could eat whatever the fuck I want. I never gained weight. I was fucking in great shape. I ran half marathons everywhere, trained for a full marathon, couldn't go for financial reasons, but I did do all of the training. I was in great shape. I went to work every day, got drunk every night. It was fantastic. Then your body just gives up on you. Since then, yes, I had to adjust my lifestyle accordingly to keep my numbers right. But
you're pretty lucky for figuring that out.
I'm so lucky. Speaking of lucky, I did a specialty trivia show at the Winter Park Community Center.
Oh my!
Right? It's my first experience at the Winter Park Community Center.
It's pretty nice.
Either one of you guys have one?
Yeah.
Yeah? You? PR?
I've not been to a trivia show.
Well, no, we've been to the Winter Park Community.
Oh yeah,
you had a meeting that I went to one time. We've held meetings.
This was my first experience there.
Did you host a trivia?
I did for the
great.
Orange County Bar Association.
Okay.
So it was about 100 people, like lawyers, judges, stuff like that. Fantastic show. I was hurting. It was a Thursday, so Wednesday night I was hurting, and it ended up being. I think I'll go down and saying it's one of the trivia shows I'm most proud of that I've ever done in my career.
Fantastic. Well
I
done.
made up random shit while I was going. It was exactly 2 hours to the minute. Even though I was out partying, taking shots with all these lawyers and shit, it was a fucking great show. But I will say...
They have booze there?
So we brought in a bartender.
Cool.
They didn't have Jaeger, unfortunately, even though I told them... Like, So I volunteer to host this trivia. So I write the trivia, I bring the equipment, I bring all the shit, I set it all up, and I go, the only thing I want's Jaeger bombs. As long as you have Jaeger bombs there, we're cool. No fucking Jaeger bombs, of course. So I was doing like drinking gin and tonics and taking shots of bourbon with the other lawyers and shit that were there. But I will tell you, anybody who's listening who has the need for an event that's too big for something, I always personally recommend Fiddlers. Like, so if you need to do an event with like less than 100 people and you can do it on a Monday night, I highly recommend Fiddler's Green. Like, Donald will give you the place on a Monday night. Nobody's ever there as long as you do it on a Monday night. This was a little bit too big for that. Beyond that, there's nowhere in Florida, in Orlando, that you can do an event of about 125 people comfortably, because it's either you're bigger than that or you're smaller than that. So if you have an event that you need something like that, I think it was a great experience. Yeah. They set me up with all the technology. The staff there is crazy.
That's great to know.
Not just nice, I'd say kind.
It's nice. Run by the city. The city of Winter Park.
Super clean. They're great. Super clean. Everybody there was super nice, kind is what I'd say. Like, they were great. They have great Bluetooth equipment, great plug and play for the microphone. So if you have some sort of mid-range office party or something you need to do, I highly recommend.
Great recommendation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I really appreciate all the fellow Funklers listening out.
If I can tell you guys something right now.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm so lucky to have friends like you.
Oh, my.
You know, you just created some luck being at the community center.
Yeah.
Did I?
A lot of luck. Oh, yeah.
No, I feel like I create luck by being friends with somebody as lucky as you, PR.
You do. That's another part of it. Surrounding yourself with people that are lucky is just... You're on the right road.
Let some of your parking space aura flow on me, please.
You got it, man.
We're sharing the luck.
You got it, absolutely.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, thank you guys, and let's see. Special thanks as always to Ed and the Intuitive Muse. Please hit like and subscribe. Leave comments, questions, and requests. Check out our Instagram and other social media platforms for our adventures throughout the week. And T-Bone out.
Love you guys.